Welcome to this Toolkit for Resilience webinar, which is going to focus on health and well-being. It forms part of the SME Tools to Prevent Burnout project, which is funded by the Erasmus Plus programme. The agenda of today will be to first look at health and well-being and its importance in the workplace. Then we will introduce the tool, the load balancing scale, and explain what this means. Next, we will introduce the idea of energy givers and energy takers, which will hopefully enable you to reflect on what these might be for you. Finally, we will offer some general tips on health and well-being that you can put into practice. Health and well-being are essential parts of building and maintaining resilience in the workplace. You should pay special attention to your own mental and physical health, as well as that of your colleagues, in order to help prevent stress and burnout. Your health and well-being are impacted by a range of different factors, including the amount of sleep and exercise you get, the types of food you eat, and your work-life balance, and whether you allow yourself time to truly switch off. We are going to be presenting a tool which will help to strengthen your resilience with regard to your health and well-being. It is called the load balancing scale. The load balancing scale will help you to visualize your overall energy distribution and identify specific activities that will take away your energy, so that you can better prepare for managing those situations. Understanding your energy as a balancing scale is a great way to help you maximize the positives and minimize the negatives. Imagine your stress is a physical load you are carrying. The difference between whether this load is experienced as positive or negative depends on the balance between the two things: capacity and load. Your capacity refers to your personal resources and ability to cope with stress. This includes your mental strength, physical strength, social support, and the ability to regulate stress. Your load, however, refers to the amount and severity of the stress in your life, which can be influenced by several factors, such as daily demands and obligations, such as work, family, and free time, life events, and everyday problems you may face. This tool can be used to minimize your load and maximize your carrying capacity as much as possible. When your load exceeds your carrying capacity, you experience negative stress. It is important to note that carrying capacity and load capacity will naturally differ between individuals. Another way to reduce stress is to examine your everyday activities at work. This can be done by separating these activities into those that give you energy and those that take your energy away. But first, you must identify these activities. 5 key characteristics of energy givers are activities where you get physically tired, but you get a mental and/or emotional boost, that make you forget about time and you think just a little while longer and you could happily spend hours doing the activity, that come naturally to you and do not require much thought, but that others will notice and notice your talent for, that you look forward to and would not mind continuing for as long as possible, and that you'll happily take on even during stressful moments and fatigue. It is also important to be aware of energy takers. Characteristics of energy takers include: you do not look forward to doing it, time slows down when you are doing it, it makes you feel tired, it provokes procrastination, it constantly reappears during appraisals as an area for improvement, it requires more focus than other tasks, and you do not see the point in doing the task. Here is a selection of tasks that I have to do on a day-to-day basis. I'm going to sort these into energy givers and energy takers. Why don't you write down your to-do list so that we can sort these together? Feel free to pause the video and have a think for a few moments. First, I will look at the energy givers. I definitely get a lot of energy from having face-to-face meetings with my colleagues, as I really enjoy collaborative work. I would also consider tidying up my desk as an energy giver. I quite enjoy the methodical process and the mindlessness that can be quite therapeutic. I also enjoy planning social events with work friends. And strangely enough, I enjoy writing reports. I find it satisfying to conclude on projects and enjoy summarising our achievements. I find replying to emails a bit of an energy taker, as I find it often interrupts my flow of work and can be quite time consuming. My commute to work is definitely an energy taker. The bus is often delayed and always crowded, and the journey seems to go on for ages. The whole thing is a very negative start and end to my day. I really don't enjoy processing finance receipts because it requires a lot of focus. I know this is an energy taker, as I always seem to procrastinate and leave it to the last minute, which makes loads of extra work for myself. Dealing with difficult clients always leaves me feeling completely drained and seems to always leave me exactly where I started off. Now that we know these, you can start to become aware of where your energy is coming from and how to ensure that your capacity and load are well balanced. For example, now that I have realised that processing finance receipts is an energy taker for me and a task that I often procrastinate, I can be aware of that and be sure to try and stay on top of this in future to prevent a build-up of work. By preparing myself better for tasks like this and improving my organisation skills, I am increasing my capacity to deal with these issues. Here I will present some general wellbeing tips, which can be helpful points to remember. 1. Be okay with yourself and who you are. Don't be afraid to reward yourself with a compliment. Positive self-talk can have a significant impact on our unconscious mind and our overall approach to difficult situations. Remember to be kind. 2. Talk about what's on your mind. Who can you talk to? Try not to harbour negative thoughts. If there is an important issue, ask a colleague who you can go to. 3. Move and be active. Physical exercise is a great way to clear your head. 4. Try something new. What new things can you do? Continuous learning is great for a creative and adaptable mind. 5. Don't be afraid to count on friends and talk to them when you need to. Who can you rely on? Confiding in someone close to you is a great way to get something off your chest. 6. Allow yourself to say no. In which situations are you going to do this? Be realistic with your tasks. Saying no can sometimes be better than saying yes and doing a bad job. 7. Go for it. What things would you like to do? Make time for your personal plans. 8. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Who can you ask? What would you ask for help with? Sometimes you won't be able to complete a task on your own. This is fine. Reach out to someone, a friend or a colleague, to help you. 9. Allow yourself time to rest. How do you want to do this? Work out what makes you really switch off. A hot bath, cooking a meal, seeing friends. Make sure you allow yourself time to relax. 10. Keep your head above water. How will you persevere? When things are difficult, try to keep the end goal in sight. 11. Eat well and drink plenty of water. Health is crucial. 12. Keep some time for yourself. How much time and when will you schedule this? Remember, self-preservation is key. We hope that you have found this a useful webinar. To summarise, remember that your mental health, your physical health, and general well-being are incredibly important for managing stress and preventing burnout in the workplace. Identifying your energy givers and energy takers using the load balancing scale is crucial for managing your tasks and being aware of the impact they can have on you. Try to think about your own energy givers and takers. Do you recognise any of the ones we listed earlier? Can you come up with some of your own? Think about how well balanced your scale is. What can you do to rebalance your energy? Which of the energy giving activities are you going to do today? And remember to breathe. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this webinar. Don't forget to explore the rest of the SME Tools to Prevent Burnout platform for more tips on creating resilience and preventing burnout.